I take it we're a little too loud. Just wanted to give my thoughts on this nice R1. This is the 2019 Yamaha R1. Fat as a dog. I gotta move. There is like a huge husky ready to run after me, so I'm moving down the road here, and I did not know there was somebody sitting right there, so that was kind of awkward. Okay, so just notice before I proceed with anything, I am not a beginner, but I consider myself above a beginner, so obviously I don't know everything about bikes. I'm just trying to give you a little perspective on what my thoughts are coming from a 300 to a ZX6R to trying out an R1. For all you tryhards out there that want to try to bash me and whatnot, relax, because I'm just doing this from my own experience. Obviously I know some of the things I say probably aren't the most accurate, but I'm just trying to give my overall view from kind of a above beginner perspective. Bike is new. I still have to go a little easy on the engine. This is not my bike. This is actually my brother's bike, so one, I don't want to go too hard on the engine, and two, I want to just take it easy because I don't want to risk anything bad happening, because one, this is not my bike. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. I mean, I can still do a lot of things with it, but it's not mine, so I just want to get that message out there. As you can see, pretty basic bike, really nice. I don't have much history of the R1s. This is my first time ever riding like a one of the Yamahas. I mean, my brother has an FC6, but I haven't rode that much. This thing is very technical, as you can tell, because it's 2019, so everything's upgrading to technology and electrical whatnot. As you can see, you have on this bike there is 4 modes that are considered they're just presets when it comes from the factory. I believe there's mode A, B, C, and D, and then I think from mode mode D is like the slowest for like rough terrain, or not rough terrain, but like rough conditions. And then as you move up to A is like your track day or something. So I think it said C is your, whatchamacallit, your normal use, but you can adjust the presets and adjust each mode to making it to what you want for every rider. So the presets are different on here. You can change each mode on here. I don't know the full controls of this thing. I was just kind of watching my brother and my dad do it. There's multiple powers, obviously. I think power 4 is the max you can go. Power 1's the fastest, power 4 is the slowest. So obviously if you're like a newer rider and you want to try out the R1, power 4 is probably where you want to start. Then you got your traction control system, which is one is the least traction. You can turn it off, and then it goes up to 9, so that gives you the most traction. Then you have your sliding control system, which is when your bike the bike detects when you have like a lean over like on a curve, and if you have like a little slip out, it will kind of help correct it and prevent from any bad things happening. And there's also a I think it's called lift control system. There's like a lift control system, and then there is a launch control system. So it really, it's really technical and whatnot. It's a very smart bike too. It's very, very smart. But yeah, just like I think it's the lift. If you have that on, it doesn't say it here, but if you have the lift on, it prevents it so your front end comes up and you pop a wheelie when you're taking off. You can turn that off, but then you might pop a wheelie if you really rip it up. So yeah, just wanted to give you a little run through. I'm trying to go through. I thought you hold on this button. Oh, there you go. So yeah, here it is, the Yamaha, I think, ride control settings. I think that's what's called. And then you have your lap time, your logging, maintenance. But you can go to here, click that, and then as you can see, you have mode A, B, C, and D. I don't know if you can see this, and then you have, and then here's all the settings: power, traction control system, slide control system. Then you can see the numbers, and you can change each individual mode. So you can really personalize it in case, like, if you have a crazy experienced rider who wants to try it out at the fullest potential, you can change it to like a certain mode. If you have somebody who is coming from like a ZX6R like me and wants to try it out on just a basic level, you can have it set to like mode D, where it's pretty basic. So pretty standard. But yeah, it's very nice bike, very smart bike. This is not my first time riding it. I rode it a couple days, like yesterday, just to get a feel of it, but it is very, very nice bike. It has the quick shifter, as you guys probably know. I mean, all these bikes have it. I think the 600s are starting to get quick shifters now, but yep, quick shifter. I've never really experienced it before, but I tried on this bike, and wow, yeah, it's really nice. Yeah, this thing gets up to speed pretty quick, and third gear, man, you can. I don't think you need to go really high in gears to get a lot of action done, to be honest, but you know, that's coming from me. So again, obviously there's probably a lot more experienced people out there who are probably watching this, but like I said, I just wanted to kind of give my little rundown of things, because I noticed there wasn't many videos on this bike, so I figured this would be a kind of fun opportunity. So but yeah, this thing, it pulls. I'm impressed. And obviously I'm not even going the full RPMs. I have a lot more to go, so. And I know, because my ZX6R has a lot of miles, it has good gas mileage. This bike is a lot different. This thing, it only, it doesn't last too long, honestly. It eats it up pretty quick. So, kind of have to gas it up here and there, but obviously it's just comes down to personal preference and whatnot. So yeah, this thing is completely stock right now. My brother, I think he's already looking into some aftermarket exhaust, because that's one thing too. I was not used to the quietness of this bike. I mean, it's not horrible. And one thing I like is that the stock exhaust is not big, bulky, and ugly. It certainly is pretty hefty. It has up to like 14 pounds, so it's up there. It's pretty up there. So he's looking into that. Don't pull out. Don't you do it. So yeah, as you can tell, in third gear you can get up there quite good. It's not too bad. So yeah, he's already looking into his, I think he already ordered his exhaust, I believe. But there's a lot of options, obviously, and I heard like Graves is the best. I think that's what he's going with. And then, what else is he ordering? And then he wants to get rid of the fender eliminator. It's not horrible, but you know, you kind of want to clean it up a bit. And then, yeah, we had to adjust the free play in the clutch, because for some reason when we purchased it, it was like there was literally no free play in this clutch. It was zero. So it took us a while to figure that out. I know you just do it right here, but it was acting very weird. Like, it took us a while to get it all like loosened up. I don't know why. I mean, it's normally easy, but it was very hard. But we got it figured out, so clutch is a lot better. Another thing too I've noticed coming from like my ZX6R is that the throttle is a lot more touchy on this, especially like in first gear. So like when you're going slow on like, especially on a bump here, if you're like got a good grip on the throttle, you're gonna be all over the place. Well, not all over the place, but it's gonna be a little jerky of a ride, so. But yeah, very fun bike though. Obviously, I mean, this thing's gotta be a blast on the track. My brother, he had the white 650, so if you ever saw that in some of my videos or you see me riding it sometimes, that's because that was his bike and he wanted to finally upgrade, so he went to an R1 because he was sick of my ZX6R smoking him all the time. So this is what he wanted to get. He was thinking about the ZX10R, but he really wanted to go with the R1. And there wasn't really many, I guess, ZX10R options around here. My phone's still in my pocket. Okay, never did. So, yeah, he went with the R1. But yeah, super nice bike. Very smooth shifting, smooth ride, very stable and whatnot. If you're thinking about like experience, obviously this isn't a beginner bike, but like if you're coming up from a 600 and whatnot, and you really just want to know an idea of it. I'm coming from a ZX6R, very nice bike. I don't know if I'll upgrade to this. I mean, maybe someday in the future, but I'm happy with the power of my ZX6R right now. But obviously, if I get too attached to this bike, I might start liking the power. So obviously, I can't be too sure. Yeah, this thing pulls, man. It's fun. It's too fun. So anyway, I just wanted to kind of give like a little rundown of the bike, my thoughts about it. Again, I'm not nowhere near like a fully educated like rider, so I just know my basics, and you know, I know the basics of bikes and whatnot, but I don't know like the full details and stuff. So thought it'd be cool to make a video on. There wasn't much of it on YouTube, so I decided to try it out. So hopefully this kind of gives some of you guys an insight on the bike and some tips and whatnot. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys are new, be sure to subscribe. I'm going to try to upload more often, and Spike will certainly make more appearances in my videos.